Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Today's episode is once again sponsored by DDBT's Wigs. This is a 12-inch bulb. Get yours now. The details are on the screen. Let us know what color, what length you want. Now let me dive right straight into today's episode because it's been a sad one. The past couple of weeks has been really down for I think everybody with a conscience regarding the MohBad's death. It's been crazy on social media with crazy videos going around. We've heard about him being exhumed. We've seen videos, autopsy being carried out. We're just waiting for the results of that. But the bone of contention now is that, I mean, we all saw the, procession, candlelight procession and everything, both in Lagos, Abeokuta, Ogun, Abuja, Enugu. Like, this guy was loved. Not necessarily because most people knew him before his demise, but because of the fact that his lyrics spoke to a lot of people. I mean, when he said "Emi Omo Ghetto," all the ghettos stood up. Everybody, if you've been in that situation before, if you've ever lived in a ghetto, if you've ever had an experience, you will relate to that. Just that line got everybody. It's been crazy on social media with people, conspiracy theories. We all know, like, the established fact was that this guy has come out online several times, made videos and talked about how Malian records or Malians are after his life. This is a known fact. We have seen videos where the Malian group, Sam Larry to be precise, chased this guy, flogged him, beat him, sent people to attack him during video shoots, even during shows. There was a video that just surfaced where he was attacked at Lasso. This guy was living in fear, according to his mother. She said that her son has always lived in fear because of, after leaving the issue actually started in 2021 when he was not happy with the manager, and he was having kind of issues with the manager, and he thought, this is not working for me. He actually wanted to drop the manager. Not necessarily the whole record label, but because, according to them, he doesn't have a say. So as long as Sam Larry is part of that Malian record, he must manage him. So that was where the issue started. And Sam Larry took it personal. This guy, a man with 3 children, chased a 27-year-old man until he ended up losing his life. We've seen the procession, we've seen videos. Now, the bone of contention is actually people asking for a DNA test for his child. This guy was bullied until he died. And now people, the very dark-skinned man or very dark man, whatever he's called, he's just coming out talking about DNA test. I understand that everybody is a suspect in this situation. Both the father, both Naira Marley, Sam Larry, whatever Malian, whoever, everybody is a suspect until proven innocent. But I think that asking a grieving widow for a DNA test is very insensitive, especially when this guy, MohBad, claimed this child. There was a video he introduced the child as Light. MohBad is Imole, which Imole is light. And he said he introduced the child as Light. So regardless whether this child is adopted, whether the child is not biologically his, it is his child. It is his offspring. They were married. This is not like a relationship situation. These are 2 married people who a child came forth with their union. Now, let me just go back. When they were burying MohBad and their Ikorodu people or family members, we saw videos of them accusing the wife, talking about properties. The father he granted so many interviews talking about, oh, they had landed property. He has not seen any document that they gave him to 1 million inside the 2 million. Like, this man was just talking about house. This man was talking about properties. Very insensitive, if you'd ask me, but people grieve differently, and I understand that. The online people are now doing the same thing to his wife because of the fact that, okay, people said, okay, let's raise funds for this boy. Let's help MohBad raise his child. This whole thing started when people came together. I think Today North said, let us raise funds and help take care of this child. Even that the Freeze was talking about sending the wife abroad so that she could start a life, because I don't even know the kind of life she wants to live in Nigeria anymore. Everybody know who she is. Everybody know the situation. Everybody know the circumstances. So it will be very difficult for her to kind of start a life in Nigeria. So everybody was trying to rally around, even Sam Clef, trying to get donations, talking about starting a GoFundMe page. This was where, once he gets to money, everybody, like the father, everybody is now talking about money, talking about, oh, before you hand over the money to her, they will have to do a DNA test. They have to check if the child belongs to MohBad. Oh, they have to see the child does not look like MohBad. MohBad is the spitting image of his mother, literally replica, and his son may not look like, I don't know, because this is a child. This is a 5-month-old child. Okay, let's say he does not look like MohBad. He looks like the mother. What is the problem with that? Why are people leaving the main issue at hand, chasing rats? Talking about DNA. Talking about, oh, all this money they're donating, why do they want to give? Who do you want them to give this money to? I don't get it. If MohBad did not have a child, let's say if he was not even, if it was a baby mass situation, then I can understand. But this is a spouse situation. And people are coming out online making insensitive statements. I understand that when things like this happen, people have to look, leave no stone unturned. People have to look at the wife. There was an audio that was released that said, oh, the wife, he was trying to accuse the wife of something. This guy was paranoid before his passing. And we can see clearly why he was. Because definitely people were chasing him. He knew that they sent people after him. But his profession, or he's a musician, or he was a musician that will have to perform to the audience, to the crowd, to be able to earn a living. So his hands were tied in that instance. So I can understand, even inside the house, he was paranoid. But then again, what has that got to do with his wife? We know the people who made this guy depressed. We know the people who bullied this guy. We know the people who were responsible for his, the light literally left him. I was watching some videos, old videos. You could see the twinkle in his eyes when he was laughing, when he was dancing, performing. But towards the end, he was just like a shell of himself. And we know who is responsible. So let's say in developed countries, there's this story of 2 Nigerian teenagers who catfished somebody, I think in the US, online, and made him send nudes. He sent nudes to them, and they started using that news to blackmail him. They wanted money. He was sending them the more. I mean, this is a high school child. He was giving them what he could afford. They started threatening that they were going to release all the nudes and all that. This guy ended his life as a result of that. These 2 people have now been extradited to the US to face charges of murder. Okay, so they did not directly pull the trigger, but what happened to him was as a direct result of people who were blackmailing him. These people are facing jail time, almost life imprisonment, 2 of them. So I can understand, okay, they would say they've done autopsy, maybe something else might have been the cause of death, or whatever they're going to find out in that autopsy, but we know who are responsible. Now, this guy was bullied. This guy he suffered before his death. Why do you want to put his wife and child through that. She is 24 years old. Obvious. I know why people are screaming about this whole thing is because she's going to move on to a different man. She is going to move on and live her life. She is 24. You don't expect her to live the rest of her life being a widow. No, she's going to move on. I think the problem here is people are now looking at, when it comes to money, people lose their marbles. We were complaining about the father, literally talking about properties, lands, not getting up to fight. You could see how these things are happening. The mother came out and actually talked about how the son was taking care of her. The son wanted her to stay around. She talked about the son, getting 2 shops for her. The son, I remember, MohBad's bought a truck for the dad, and people were like, oh, this is what you're buying for your father. Hey, MohBad's. I think people coming from ghettos, half of Nigerian youths came from the ghettos. Now, there's a difference between a ghetto, a slum, and a middle class. 90% of Nigerian youths are from the ghettos. Let's not pretend about it. This is why this case is so relatable to people. And when you're coming out from that place and you're trying to get out of that waters, you easily get drawn back into it because Papa wants, Mama wants, siblings wants, extended family wants, your friends are looking at you like, okay, I need something, help me. And you're just trying to breathe fresh air before you even... It wasn't like he was not trying to help the family. He was doing his best. Music requires money to produce. I am very sure he was doing the best that he could. Plus the challenges he was having with the Malian group. But at the same time, the society, we are still now trying to bully him, even in that, victimizing his widow, his child, doubting the legitimacy. Okay, you go and do DNA, and then the child is not his. What happens to the child? What happens to him? There was a lawyer that explained this very well, that said, in a marriage, once a child is born in a marriage, the child belongs to the man, the couple. Whether it's yours or not, that child is going to answer your name. That's tradition. That's African tradition. So whether you want to accuse her of cheating, of bringing a pregnancy that's not, these people, they've been together for 10 years. So I don't understand. I don't get it. She did not cheat when he was Imole, carpenter. MohBad, the carpenter. It is now that he is an international star traveling to shows that she will now start cheating. People should respect people's privacy. The very dark-skinned man. Have you go and do DNA? You need to go before you ask anybody for DNA. Make sure that you've done a DNA on yourself. You know that, okay, this is my mother, this is my father, these are my parents. Before you start asking people for DNAs, it's so insensitive. Just because of money. Just because of money. The Malian group chased him because of money. When he died, his father buried him within 24 hours because of money. The father granted interview after he died because of money. And now the society who are protesting, trying to protect, his rights, trying to seek justice for him, they are still doing the same thing. Where do we go from here? All I can say is, anybody coming from the ghettos, anybody coming from a situation where you're trying to get out of something and, you can see that you need to leave people behind. You need to leave people behind. This guy was facing so many demons I am not saying that his marriage was perfect, because there were so many text messages. She was recording him. The sister was trying to explain her way out of the whole thing. Their marriage obviously was not perfect. Nobody's marriage is perfect. You very dark-skinned man, your relationship, your girlfriend is probably cheating on you, or you're probably cheating on her. Nobody knows that. So for people to now start judging their relationship, or judging, nobody will be in a relationship for more than 5 years and you've not said certain things to that person. That is a blatant lie. Okay? You would have said, there are things that you have said that if it comes to light, you would hide your head in shame. But that is relationship. That is two people dealing with their BS together. That is not our business. People should just stay away. Let's seek justice and get justice for this young man, and stop bringing up DNA test. The child does not look like him. The child does not. In fact, they even said that he has another child. That one woman in Kitty said she had a child for him. Now she was pregnant and he told her to keep it. See, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. This is a young man that was bullied. He was chased. He spoke out. And at the end of the day, we're still doing the same thing to his family. The wife's sister has threatened a 300 million lawsuit. It's so sad. It is sad. And we just pray that everything turn out, the way that people are hoping, because I can see another protest brewing. Because let's say the police come out now and say, oh, he had a heart attack. He died of heart attack. People are going to start protesting, because once Naira Marley and Sam Larry don't get any, not even a slap on the wrist, it's going to be another issue. I think everybody should just calm down. There's no amount of I don't know how to put it, that will bring him back. What we can do now is support his child and his wife. And anybody that is not trying to do that should go and be looking for Sam Larry and Naira Marley. If that is what you can do, go and do it. Allow the police to do their job. The father is not coming out to say that. The man can even say it. That man weary. And that man can say it. But let's not distract ourselves. This guy introduced, there was videos coming out where he introduced her as his wife. He said, oh, my wife would know that you did this for me. So it was not like he was hiding it, but he just didn't want. I think he was a very private person. We all should learn from this whole thing. There are friends that you're not supposed to be friends with. There are circles that you're not supposed to be in. Not every friend is a friend. Some friends will collude with your family. They will. They will. But how you take yourself out of that situation would guarantee your mental health. Don't let anybody push you. Don't let even family members, anybody that is waiting for you to do and bring, go and do your own. See this man, MohBad's father was trying to be a musician and failed at it. And then he's now saying the son did not give him 500,000 landed properties, this, that. And the same online people are trying to do the same to his child. Let's be guided. Let's be guided. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. I mean, we're still waiting for the autopsy results. And I will still come back here and give you updates based on that. But I pray that he gets justice. I pray that Sam Larry and Naira Marley should come and answer questions. They will have to answer questions. They will have to. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please like, and share. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.